What a beautiful morning. Let me check these pound for pound rankings. I think they came out, right? Let me just see. No, they still haven't updated them, I don't think. Yep, nobody moved. Damn, that's actually crazy. They still haven't updated them. I don't know why. Yeah, Ilia hasn't moved, so obviously they haven't got around to updating them. That's pretty weird. Yo, wait. Hello? Dana, what's up? Pound for pound ranking. Yeah, I'm looking at the pound for pound rankings right now. They didn't update them, right? They did? Pantoja? Yeah, wait. Why did Pantoja move up? So they moved Max Holloway. That's weird. Yeah, no, they didn't move them at all. That's weird. Okay, yeah, I'll get on it right now. I'm gonna fix them. I'm gonna fix them for you, Dana. Don't even worry. Jon Jones. Yeah, I'll do Jon Jones. He'll be in there. Don't worry. Okay, I'll get on it. Guys, Dana White just gave me a phone call. He wants me to fix these pound for pound rankings because the UFC, for some reason, these guys over there, they don't know that the pound for pound rankings need to be updated, guys. Ilia Topuria did just have a fight with Max Holloway, and he did just knock him out. So why don't we get on it and, update these pound for pound rankings? But me, being the absolute beast I am, I'm going to update them, okay? And for starters, Ilia Topuria, #1 pound for pound. And I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear any complaints. I thought about putting Islam #1. I had him #1 at first, but then the more I looked into it, I can't have him at #1. I'll explain why once we get to Islam, who's next. But for starters, Ilia Topuria, impressive win this year. So we got to look at things like dominance, activity, your record. You can't have a loss a couple years ago, like a year ago. If you have a loss a year ago, we're going to kind of look into that, and we're going to, take that into account, okay? Alex Pereira. But listen, Ilia Topuria, for starters, just beat Max Holloway, just knocked out Max Holloway in a fight that everyone was saying, well, I think, Max Holloway could win this. A lot of fighters, a lot of these guys who are voting on these, pound for pound rankings, because it's the media at the end of the day, they were saying how this is going to be fight of the year. This is going to be fight of the year. And it was a good fight, competitive fight. Judges had it up 2-0. But Ilia Topuria it was really 1-1, okay? He wasn't up 2-0, so it was 1-1, but he lost a round to Max Holloway. Is there a shame in losing a round to a 32, 31-year-old Max Holloway? No shame at all. And then knocking him out, doing the impossible. If you predicted Ilia to win, you didn't necessarily predict him to win by KO. If you said that, you were crazy, right? So right there, going above and beyond, okay, not edging out a split decision, not having a close fight, a war, Islam Makhachev. But listen, right? He knocks him out in the 3rd round. Before that, wins the belt in February, okay, against Volkanovski. Knocks him out in the 2nd round. Okay, very impressive. First guy to beat Volkanovski at featherweight on a full training camp. Full training camp Volk. Not a short notice Volk. Fighting in Abu Dhabi, just getting off the couch, thinking he's going to save the fucking event. Not that, okay? So a very impressive first guy to beat Volkanovski at featherweight. And then before that, 50-42 Josh Emmett, okay? And we can look even before that. We can, if you want to take into account, we've got the big undefeated win against an undefeated Bryce Mitchell, right? Where he submitted him, showcasing that he does have grappling and, submissions. But all of these, very dominant, okay? First of all, we got the knockouts. Very dominant against one of the best chins, the best chin, before everyone would say that, oh, Max Holloway, best chin in the UFC, right? And Ilia Topuria just knocked him out. So right there, it's showcasing, pound for pound, he's got insane KO power. Then showcasing that if he goes to a decision, he's going to dismantle you by 50-42ing you. Then showing that he can out-grapple a grappler and submit him. Well, a country Khabib of sorts, right? Bryce Mitchell's like the fucking country Khabib, and he's submitting him. And, you got all these other wins. But, when you look at pound for pound, you don't take these wins from fucking 16 years ago, okay? We don't consider, a Jon Jones win over fucking Glover Teixeira way back in fucking, the dinosaur era. We're not looking at this shit, okay? We're not looking at a DC win for Jon Jones anymore. That's why Jon Jones ain't gonna be fucking ranked pound for pound #3 for me, okay? But let's move on. And I'll be yapping about Ilia Topuria still throughout this because, I gotta reason it. Because if you still don't think he should be #1, let's get on to Islam Makhachev, okay? Islam Makhachev #2. And why is he not #1? Why is he not #1? No, Islam's a fucking beast. What the fuck? No, okay? You are hanging on to that Dagestani aura where you're never going to pick against him because he's a Dagestani. And, you know, he beat Dustin Poirier. He beat Dustin Poirier. Yes, he beat Dustin Poirier in a fight that everyone with a brain cell, okay, these MMA predictors on YouTube who aren't living in a fantasy land in the TikTok comments saying, you know, oh, yeah, I got Dustin Poirier via fucking, you know, fucking choke or whatever the fuck they were saying in their fantasies, okay? Most people, you know, who were actually living in reality thought that Islam was going to submit Dustin in the first or second round. You know, a Khabib-like performance. And what does he go out there and do? He puts on a fucking war against a 53-year-old Dustin Poirier, okay? We can't be doing this against a retirement home fucking Dustin Poirier. If Ilia Topuria did this against somebody 30 fucking... How old is Dustin Poirier? 35, 36? We'll just say he's 43 for the purposes of this video. 43-year-old Dustin Poirier. If Ilia Topuria were to fucking have a war with a 53-year-old fucking, you know, Volkanovski or somebody, and then, you know, he gets a fucking last-second submission. It was literally in with like 2 minutes left. Khabib's out there in the fucking corner begging Islam Makhachev to take down Dustin. Brother, please take down. Brother, please. Islam, brother, please don't strike, brother. Don't engage in striking. Right there, displaying that he's scared to engage into striking with Dustin. And that's no, you know, that's no shame, right? Because he was beating him in some striking exchanges. But you do have the threat of the takedown. And I am not an Islam hater by no means. I think this guy is elite. That's why he is pound for pound number 2. It's just when you really look at it, who's displayed more, you know, more dominance, more activity as well, it has to be Ilia Topuria. I'm sorry, Islam is one of my favorite fighters, okay? I have him in my top 10 favorite fighters. This isn't I'm not one of these guys who's delusional and hating on him. I'm not. I'm just saying, you lost 2 rounds against a Dustin Poirier, a retirement age Dustin Poirier, bro. And you know, you had Khabib begging him in the corner to fucking just, you know, take him down, brother. Take him down, brother, please. I just can't. And then, you know, the Volkanovski win. People will glaze Islam's Volkanovski, you know, first round KO. Beautiful first round KO win against Volkanovski. Did I say, you know, they'll glaze Islam's first round KO against Volk. And then they'll say that, yeah, Ilia beat a fucking washed Volk. He was washed, mate. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off. I don't care about that. Yeah, Ilia's fucking overrated. Yeah, they'll say that. But they won't realize that, you know, Islam fought a guy coming off the couch. The guy who these guys think Ilia fought, because they always say, you know, yeah, Volk was coming off the couch when he fought Ilia. No, he wasn't. He had a full training camp. He had a full game plan going into that Ilia fight, and he even looked great. He looked great on the night. But, you know, Ilia's just a fucking beast. And now we know that KO wasn't some bullshit fluke, because he just KO'd Max Holloway. And then in contrast, you got a Volk coming in to save the event because Charles Oliveira pulled out. And he's, you know, he's stepping up short notice. A short notice win is more impressive than a full training camp win nowadays. It's insane to me, bro. Like, these guys, it's not good thinking. It's not good thinking to think that, you know, a short notice Volk beating a fucking blob Volk is more impressive than beating a full training camp Volk who's never lost at featherweight. But, you know, whatever. Regardless, he's still number 2. And, you know, he's got but the thing is, he went to basically a split decision with Volk before that, okay? Like, Volk gave him his hardest fight. You're having your hardest fight against a featherweight, bro. I just can't. And, you know, that's why Ilia Topuria would beat this guy. I'm sorry. Ilia Topuria would fucking beat this guy. He'd knock him out. But he wouldn't knock him out because he's too cocky. He'd submit him. He'd submit fucking Islam, brother. I don't care, brother. But listen, it's that dominance. It's that activity for Ilia Topuria. He's got to be number 1. I'm sorry, brother. Brother. And let's see, you know, the guys in the, you know, I already know there's going to be these guys in the comments. What the fuck, bro? He's not even above Alex. No, not even above Alex. Dude, he's above Alex Pereira, who just, I'm sorry, 2023. I'm sorry. Was it not 2020? It was 2023 when he got knocked out by fucking Izzy. He got knocked out a year ago by Izzy, the guy who everyone calls overrated. Unless you're living in the fucking fantasy land and you're Kenny Okoye, but then you wouldn't even be giving credit to Alex Pereira. Because you know that Izzy's overrated. He's overrated as a striker. He shouldn't even be. He's currently back in the pound for pound list for some reason. He's pound for pound 15. A guy who got 49-46 by Sean Strickland. has been outstruck, knocked out by Alex Pereira. Like, it's just insane. Lost to Jan Blachowicz, and he's, hanging on to that pound for pound top 15. It's literally just to boost Alex. But listen, Alex, he's number 3, but Ilia Topuria is above him, okay? Because he hasn't been knocked out recently. He didn't go to a split decision with Jan Blachowicz recently, okay? And he didn't fight number 8. He didn't fight the number 8 guy in the division. Imagine. And this guy, I'm sorry, I'm not one of these guys who loves to say, Alex is ducking Magomed, because I think it's very situational. But I'm just going to say this. If Ilia Topuria were to fight a number 8 guy, let's say a Calvin Kattar or something, because that's basically what a Khalil Roundtree is, around that number 8, number 9 ranking. If Ilia Topuria were to fight a fucking Calvin Kattar in his title defense and, lose 2 rounds to him and then get that big knockout in the 3rd round, people would be fucking livid. They'd be fucking complaining. They'd be, saying fucking, Ilia Topuria, I knew that guy was overrated. I knew he was fucking overrated, bro. He lost. Did you not see what he did? He lost 2 rounds against Calvin Kattar. This guy's not fucking good. What are you talking about, bro? Like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? And people will say, no, Alex is fighter of the year. Alex is fighter of the year, bro. What? No. Max Holloway win and a Volkanovski win is basically equivalent to, Khalil Roundtree, Yuri, and fucking, Jamal Hill. Okay? And listen, the thing is, the Jamal Hill win. Sure, it's alright. Yuri Prochazka, good win. But the thing is, these aren't any elite level wins, okay? And it's fucking light heavyweight. It's light heavyweight. We're looking at pound for pound. And just to add to this, if you really don't, understand why does he have Ilia above Alex Pereira? Pound for pound, we're looking at a pound for pound skill set. Right? A pound for pound skill set, pound for pound domination, all of this. Alex Pereira has no submission game. He has no submission threat. He has no ground game, basically. He has a good defensive ground game. But, Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, on the other hand, these are the well-rounded guys. These are the guys who have elite striking and good grappling, elite grappling, Not an Alex Pereira who, has elite striking. But, brother, I mean, listen, if this guy gets taken down, you'll never know what happened. Even though he's going to beat Magomed. He's going to beat Magomed. I'll say that right fucking now. Because Magomed's not the grappler you think he is. But listen, if a Hamza came up and fucking, he might be able to fucking ragdoll and toss around Alex Pereira, okay? I'm sorry. He is ranked number 3. Alright, let's move on. This is going to be a long video, so we got to kind of speed through this. But Tom Aspinall, number 4, arguably could be above Alex Pereira. And why do you, why am I saying that? Why are you saying that? Well, these guys who have the logic of can't put Topuria above Islam, bro, because, Islam would beat Topuria in their mind, right? Even though he's a weight class above, right? So we're immediately going to, Ilia would lose to this guy a weight class above. Whoa, who else would maybe lose to a guy a weight class above? Alex Pereira might lose to Tom Aspinall. He probably would lose to Tom Aspinall, who's a weight class above him. Ilia Topuria gets held to these standards of having to be compared to these guys a weight class above him. But, Alex Pereira, oh, yeah, number 3, brother. He's not going to lose to anyone, brother. Alex Pereira, too good, brother. So, why don't we do the same thing to Alex Pereira? In my opinion, honestly, Tom Aspinall maybe should be number 3. It's just the thing about, the interim belt. And, if he would beat Jon Jones. That's a fucking thing. He would beat Jon Jones. This guy is very dominant on the feet, dominant grappler. He's also showcased these, this ability to mix it up. As a mixed martial artist, in order to be ranked very high on the pound for pound, you need to be dominant. You need to be able to mix it up. And Tom Aspinall does that. Tom Aspinall does that. He's not having these close fights. He's not going to decision. He's fucking knocking people out. He's fucking submitting people, okay? He's a beast. We gotta have him at number 4. It's just the thing about, he's not the official champ because Jon Jones is a bitch. But listen, number 5, Belal Muhammad. Yeah, I think he is ranked number 5 right now. And the reason I have him above, guys like Dricus and all these guys is because dominance. Dominance, okay? He did dominate Leon Edwards. He has had dominant decisions before this, 50-45s, 30-25s. Like, I don't even fucking insane scorecards, right? And, sure, it's not the most entertaining fights ever. It's not very entertaining. It's just, it's dominant grappling is what it is. But, he's not always hunting finishes. Pretty much never hunting finishes. So, we can't go, even though he's not entertaining, this isn't a fucking entertainment list. It's a pound for pound rankings. And, pound for pound skill set, we gotta take into consideration dominance, who you've beat. Okay? He had a loss, but it was ages ago. He had that loss to Jeff Neal ages ago, okay? We can't consider that now. It's not an Alex Pereira loss where, you know, you got to consider it a bit because it was a year ago. But listen, Belal Muhammad, good, okay? This is a good ranking for him. I think he's going to beat Shavkat personally. I know a lot of people still are going to underestimate Belal, and he's still going to be the betting underdog. All this, just bet some fucking money on him, bro. Because at this point, every time he's the betting underdog, he fucking pulls off a win. And a Leon Edwards win is good. You know, I know we're going to scoff at a Leon Edwards win nowadays because, you know, bro, it's fucking Leon. Calm down, bro. Leon, who the fuck cares, brother? Leon not the good, brother. Leon not the good. He did beat Usman twice, and he beat Colby. That's basically, you know, so he's basically, Belal basically just owns the division, okay? He basically owns the division. Sure, he's going to test himself against the newcomer, Shavkat, and, you know, some of these other guys. But pound for pound, number 5, very good spot for him, in my opinion, okay? Arguably, no, not argue. I was going to say arguably could be 4, but no. The only thing that's arguable is Tom Aspinall being above Alex. Alex would be number 4, maybe. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, okay? But listen, number 6, I'm putting Merab above Dricus. I'm going to get to that in a bit. Dricus is number 7. But listen, Merab, did he have the most dominant fight against Sean O'Malley? No, not necessarily, okay? I've rewatched that fight back, and, you know, he made Sean O'Malley look stupid, okay? But there were, you know, those damage-based rounds where, you know, Sean O'Malley might have, you know, he might have stolen a couple rounds. So it's not the dominant 50-45 that it appeared to be at a first glance, right? But it's also not, like, it's by no means like oh, yeah, Sean O'Malley won that fight. I know people love to say that because they're, you know, they're a bit crazy. Even me, as somebody who picked Sean O'Malley to win that fight, he did not win that fight. He did not fucking win that fight. So, you know, we got Merab out here, who's also similar to Belal, not the most entertaining, but is he, you know, is he out here fucking, you know, just boring, super boring? Maybe a little, time to time, but not really also, okay? He's having entertaining fights with Henry Cejudo. He's having some good fights, and this isn't an entertainment list, so why am I even fucking talking about that? Because in reality, what I need to talk about is this guy's dominance, okay? He's dominating these guys like Henry Cejudo, who, you know, I know Henry Cejudo is 53 years old also, but listen, he's still dominating him. He's picking him up, you know, he's fucking, you know, carrying him around like a sack of fucking potatoes, and before that, he's got the Jan win. What a, like, he was literally the guy who everyone was saying, oh yeah, he's the champ, he's next up for champ, and then everybody, you know, we all saw the, you know, the moments of him getting fucking dropped by Cejudo, which he didn't even get dropped by Cejudo. He got, like, fucking wobbled by him. But, you know, we always look at these moments where, oh, yeah, I can see Merab losing like that. And we always pick him to lose like that. And he never does, okay? Because Merab he's an alien. He's an alien freak. We could have fucking speed through this, bro. I'm already 18 minutes in. All right, listen. Merab, this is a good ranking for him because he's dominant, okay? He's dominant, whatever. Dricus, why am I putting Dricus below him? Well, first of all, Dricus had a very close split decision with Sean Strickland. Arguably lost that fight against Sean Strickland. Sure, he beat Izzy, but we've already said this, an Izzy win is a little overrated. An Izzy win is... People love to think of Izzy as this guy, you know, yeah, he's top 5 all time. I got him top 5 all time, obviously. Best striker in the UFC. Yeah, obviously a win over Izzy is, you know, amazing. Izzy just so fucking good. Obviously, you know, you gotta pay respect to Izzy. But in reality, an Izzy win, everybody's got a fucking Izzy win. Everybody has a fucking Izzy win they can flex. You know, Jan Blachowicz got that Izzy win. Robert Whittaker got an Izzy win. Yoel Romero arguably got a Izzy win. Everybody's got a fucking Izzy win. So, you know, at the end of the day, is that going to fucking boost you up extremely? No, and especially when you have a close fight with Sean Strickland and you're not, you know, extremely dominant. Okay, you had a good round or a good win against Robert Whittaker, but, you know, Hamza had a better win. Okay, we got to speed through this. But, you know, I think that's a respectable ranking for Dricus. Pantoja, flyweight, pipsqueak, you know, he's the champ, we gotta pay some respect. And, you know, sure, whatever, he looks shit in some fights, but, you know, at the end of the day, he has some title defenses, he has a win over, like, everybody in that division. So, yeah, we're not gonna talk about you, though, Pantoja, but, you know, we do gotta pay respect. We gotta pay respect. This is a pay respect spot, number 8. I'm putting Sean O'Malley number 9, because, you know, at the end of the day, only guy to outclass Chito Vera, and as a Chito fan, very sad for me to see. Not a big fan of Sean O'Malley, but I do gotta say he is an elite striker. Okay, he is probably the best striker in the UFC. Maybe, you know, maybe you got some guys above. Actually, no, you do have to put Alex above him probably. I don't know. I gotta come up with a striking list, but listen, he's probably number 2, number 3, around there. You know, did he lose some of that aura because of the Merab shit? Yes. But he's the only guy to outclass Chito Vera. I don't care if you're bringing up, you know, what are you talking about? Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen had to mix in takedowns. He shot about 50 fucking takedowns in that fight because he was scared to, you know, keep it on the feet with Chito Vera. And Sean O'Malley, on the other hand, just kept it on the feet with Chito Vera. He outclassed him. And, you know, he did lose, arguably, to fucking Peter Yan. I still think he lost that fight to Yan, but, you know, yeah, on paper, it's a fucking win. He's got the Aljo win. And yeah, is he a bit, honestly, kind of feels like he's a bit overrated, maybe, number 9. The only reason I put him here is because the Merab fight wasn't as dominant as you might think it was, okay? And, you know, it wasn't as dominant. Wait, actually, this guy might even be above Sean O'Malley. And I know it's very popular to hate on Sean Strickland now because, you know, he's corny. Bro, this guy's so corny, he just does the same thing, bro. He just, you know, he always talks about how good of a fighter he is, how much of a fucking, you're gonna go to a war with him, and you never go to a war with him. But we're kind of, you know, we're overlooking his skill set now, okay? Because he is a very good defensive striker. He's very good. Got the best defense in the UFC, probably. Defensive striking in the UFC. And, you know, he did 49, 46. Israel Adesanya. Okay, he did. And, you know, I know an Izzy win's not impressive anymore. But the only reason I really put him number 10 is because of the close-ass fight he had with Dricus. And he did 49, 46 Paulo Costa. Say what you want. It was a boring fight. But boring, like I said earlier, this ain't an entertainment list. Boring doesn't matter when it comes to your pound-for-pound rankings, okay? That's why we got guys like Belal here. We got guys like Merab who, you know, these guys are considered a bit boring. They're on here. Sean Strickland also could be considered a bit boring, even though he only strikes. But, you know, he does have a bit of a boring style because, you know, he's kind of pitter-patter. He's kind of, you know, not going to fucking knock you out necessarily. But he does need to get some fucking more respect, and we do need to put him at top 10 if we're going to have Dricus in the pound-for-pound rankings, okay? Because Dricus arguably robbed Sean Strickland. It was a super fucking close fight. You know, we'll see what happens in the rematch. But listen, I think it's a respectable spot. And he could arguably be above Sean O'Malley. Maybe not, though. But the thing is, you know, Sean O'Malley has had some robberies in there. But it's kind of, you know, I don't know. Well, you could debate it in the fucking comments if you want. But listen, Volkanovski, 11. Oh, we always got to pay respect to Volk. You know, Volk gave Islam a hard fight. Volk got knocked out by Ilia. Then he got knocked out by Islam first. And, you know, obviously, he's a beast. He could go in there any given day. He could be champ. You know, yeah, Volk's a beast. You know, Volk lost so much fucking aura, bro. This guy is like, he looks like a fucking bag of milk in this picture, bro. It's actually sad to see. But listen, Volk, we do gotta pay respect because he was a fucking beast. He was like pound for pound number 1 like a year and a half ago or some shit. But yeah, let's not talk about him because he's just coming off a bunch of losses. Max Holloway, you know, this guy, a beast. He'd be the champ if Volk wasn't the champ. And, you know, I got him beating Ilia. So, you know, obviously going to be number 12. He's a beast. He did lose to Ilia, got knocked out by him. So that does also lose some aura points for this guy and shit. But, you know, obviously we're going to pay respect to Max Holloway. He deserves to be in the pound-for-pound rankings. Because dude, this guy, if he didn't go against Ilia, he would beat anybody, okay? I'm telling you, he would fucking beat anybody. Besides Volk, maybe. But, you know, move up to fucking lightweight, you'll fucking destroy everybody. But listen, good spot for him. Number 13, Leon. You know, sure, he lost to Belal, but that's, like, excusable. Everybody loses to fucking Belal. And other than that, I honestly think this guy could beat most of the guys at fucking welterweight. Okay, I honestly think people are fucking overlooking him extremely by now. I think he could beat some of these guys. Like, a lot of these guys, okay? He beat Usman. He beat Colby. Those are the old heads, though. The newcomers, I still think he could beat, you know, an Ian Gary, who, you know, love him or hate him, he's a decent prospect, okay, people? He's one of these prospects, okay? It's either that or JDM or Shavkat. Don't know if he would beat Shavkat. I could see him beating JDM, though. Maybe. We'll see if that fight gets booked. But, you know, just pay some fucking respect to him. He only has that one loss in recent... He honestly might be even higher than 13. Honestly, 13 could be a little, like, fucking bias. He could be higher than 13. He could arguably be above, like, a Sean Strickland, maybe. Because he hasn't lost... That was his first loss in forever, bro. So, arguably could be. Arguably could be. It's just... I don't know. Number 14, Jones. You know, this guy's fought, like, once in the past 16 years. Has a win over Cyril Gane. Okay, very impressive. And then he's going to beat fucking Stipe. So, yeah, super impressive, dude. Yeah, awesome job, bro. Arguably number 1. Last but not least, 15. Okay, this is actually what I wanted to talk about because 15 right now is Israel Adesanya because, you know, the UFC has this idea of, yeah, Izzy's always up there. Izzy's always in there. Izzy's always in the mix, despite the fact that he's lost to, like, fucking 7 people 7 fucking active fighters. And this guy Izzy's still being, yeah, get fucking clapping up for Izzy. This guy's a beast. He can go in there any day and fucking be champ. Arman Tsarukyan, on the other hand, he's got that win over Charles Oliveira, who was just in the pound-for-pound rankings. He's just in there. And he's got a win over Arman. He's on a good win streak. Okay? He got robbed against Gamrot. Other than that, he's been on a fucking win streak and a half. And he's got that close fight with Islam. I think he's going to lose to Islam, 100%. I'm hoping he loses to Islam as well because, I want to see the Ilia fight. Because I know Ilia would beat Islam. But listen, guys, Arman, I think we should put some respect on Arman's name. And if we have to choose a guy for that 15 spot, it should be Arman over fucking Izzy. We can't go on this bullshit about, no, Izzy had a dominant title reign. It's pound for pound. We're not looking at your fucking title reign from 16 years ago. Israel Adesanya, in his last fucking, 5 fights, has lost like 4 of them, bro. We can't look at this shit anymore. We can't hold on to this, hope that, no, Izzy's still good, bro. He's so good. We gotta look at the current. We're in the current right now. Okay? Arman is arguably, he's a very good guy. He could arguably be the fucking, champ. I don't think he's gonna beat Islam, but still, he should be fucking pound for pound 15. That's it for the video. Oh my god, this is a lot of fucking yapping, bro. I haven't recorded a long video in a while, it feels like. But listen, that's it. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know. I promise you, Ilia is #1 pound for pound above Islam Makhachev, bro. Like, if you really look at it. Because that's the thing. I looked at it at first like, Ilia's number 2. Ilia's number 2, but objectively, he's #1, okay? That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a like, subscribe. Peace.